Yeah, I know a lot of people was surprised that he just didn't follow Josh Berry to the Wood Brothers, because that's what everyone seemed to think he would do. Wherever Josh Berry went, he would go. Bob Pockris kind of put out some cryptic tweets that wasn't going to be the case, and it turns out it's not. But I'm not really surprised that he chose Spire, or that Spire chose him. Everyone should have chosen him. Not overly surprised that he chose Spire. That team is building big things, and I think they've shown so much progression over the last couple of years alone, and especially this year. I think it was probably a pretty easy decision for him to look at Spire Motorsports and say, this is a young, progressing organization that now I can go in and put my fingerprints all over and make a real difference for a team that's still starting from scratch. Is that the right phrase? I think it probably is. They've been around for a while now, but they're still very new, certainly new to being competitive. It's a team that did finish second a couple of weeks ago in Nashville, not the 7 car, but a Spire car did finish second at Nashville. All 3 of them were in contention to win. I know those were very crazy circumstances, but you have to put yourself in the right place to take advantage of those circumstances, and they did. But this is a huge get for the team, obviously. Rodney Childers has 40 wins as a crew chief. That's tied for 11th most in NASCAR history, with the likes, he's tied with Jimmy Finnig. He's ahead of Paul Wolfe and Alan Gustafson and Adam Stevens, Greg Zipadelli. This is an elite crew chief, and this is a huge get for that team.
You know, Matthew, I frequently hear people say, I think Corey LaJoie just needs that one chance, right? You know, Spire hasn't necessarily been the greatest equipment. He was part of a very strong NASCAR Next class. I mean, my goodness, over a decade ago now. But he's really only relevant on the super speedways and I guess Atlanta now, which is a drafting track. So I think that people thought he got that chance when he got to fill in for Chase Elliott last year in the Hendrick car. Finished just outside the top 20, didn't really do as much with it as I think people were hoping. This, you could perhaps say, is his second one chance. This is I think a lot of people are thinking, potentially a career lifeline, to have a proven veteran atop the pit box like a Rodney Childers come in and try to lead this 17 forward. I think it could do wonders, where we'll see. I think, the truth is going to come out when it comes to Corey LaJoie if it doesn't, because we know what Rodney Childers can do. He's proven veteran leader and one of the, as you mentioned, most accomplished crew chiefs in the history of this sport. So I think the excuses, and particularly as Spire's on the rise, like you were mentioning, excuses are really going to run out if Corey LaJoie can't perform next year. I know I saw the comment come up there. Adam says that he thinks Corey LaJoie could win next year with this combination. I certainly wouldn't put it past him, but I think it would be even more impressive if he can do that outside of Daytona, Talladega, or Atlanta, because he's come close to winning Atlanta a couple times to his credit. But can he improve on the intermediates, on the road courses, on the short tracks? I think that's going to be the true test for him in 2025 with Childers atop the pit box.
Yeah, absolutely. And it will be a put up or shut up year for Corey LaJoie. There's no doubt about it. I think there was a lot of momentum behind the team heading to this season with the signings that they made, and just a lot of positive momentum. And really, of what they have done this season, their best moments have come with Carson Hocevar or Zane Smith. Now, of course, Zane is last in points, basically, of all the drivers that have run all the races. But again, second at Nashville a couple of weeks ago. Carson Hocevar, I've been impressed with the speed he's been able to show in qualifying. He and they need to build a little bit more race speed. But if you look at what they've done on qualifying day, he's been top 15 in 3 of the last 5 races. He's almost always starting top dozen, top 15-ish. I would imagine this is going to be, as I said, a put up or shut up year next year for Corey LaJoie. But you have to think this also helps whoever else is with Spire. Of course, there's a lot going on with Zane Smith. Will he be there? Will he be in Trackhouse? Someone's calling. Sorry. But I think it's going to be huge for the entire organization and hopefully big for Corey.